Howdy y'all, welcome back to episode 17 of my Humanity First Terra Invicta series. I was doing some research since Friday, and I have found out that Maskarovka is not in fact removed from the game. It is just hidden because it's... Actually, I don't know exactly what words I'm looking for here, but anyways, it's hidden on the tech tree until you have it available. So what we need to do is just run a bunch more of these project reviews, and eventually we will unlock it to take. So that's what we're going for there. We're also, again, down a significant portion of our MC usage, and we're still rebuilding from the whooping we got last episode. In fact, we don't have any construction platforms, shipyards inside Earth orbit, which is pretty bad. We are going to put some more Centurions out in low Mars orbit, and Ceres orbit for that matter, because that is something we're definitely going to need. And then once we get them back up, because again, we built them, or we're starting to build them last episode, so they'll be done this episode, hopefully. In fact, if we check on them now, we go to here, Fitzroy Station. Battle stations will be finished November 15th of this year, so within a month. And then, if I can find out where here we are, spaceworks. This will be finished January 14th of next year. So in 3 months, I believe, if I'm getting my months correctly, which is very possibly that I'm not. Anyhow, they will be done, thankfully, after our battle stations are. But our power will be finished November 15th as well, so that's pretty stinking good. All of our space work will be finished January 14th, and then we'll be able to putting out a bunch of ships in low Earth orbit, which is fantastic. Still, hate the cap, that's why we need Maskarovka. For our nations, mission control and military, we're going to go into the robotics age, is what tier 5, or I guess 5 points of mil tech value is. So we got that, which will be on par with European Union, as well as I believe, nope, Russians are still at 4.1, and then we're not going to be doing anything with the military value on Republic of China. We're just filling out that last navy, because we do want to have a little bit extra sea power, because again, somehow we're in war with the European Union, and I'm hoping that once they get control of Germany, then we'll be done with this, but we shall see. Currently, Germany's 2 4.7 armies are faced off against 3 of European Union's 5.2 armies, though it is important to note that defenders do get a pretty big bonus. They have the Leo Hab modules, which is barely anything. They're getting a 0.2, that's 20% bonus from home territory, another 50% bonus from local support from cohesion, and there's a defense force modifier that's not really taken in, I don't believe. Anyhow, there's a defense force that is automatically made whenever you have armies that fight off the invading armies too, which is why you can see the megafauna down here is being degraded, because they have a military value of 3.9. It's like militia or National Guard or something like that, which I don't believe is taken into point values as you can see here, though it may be that 5.2 occupational forces total defense value. I'm really not sure. I just know the bigger the number, the better, to be honest. And if we can, hopefully at least destroy one of them, because it's probably not going to happen, but one of them is at 55%. The Bundesheer is at 55%, so if they can destroy that, that'll be pretty big. Looks like they did some pretty good damage to these 53%, 41, and 58. It's just that they have 9 armies, which is an insane amount to be bringing down your control points, or your IP, because it's 9 for armies being taken away from their home regions, and another 2 from navies. They only have 4 navies for their 9 armies. Interesting. I guess navies are significantly more expensive. And they have all 9 of their armies that they can have. 1 army per non-colony region. I guess all of these regions are colonial regions. Anyhow, not super important, but it is something to keep aware of, because that will drop down their naval freedom by quite a bit too, because of the armies with navies being destroyed. We currently have a significant money boost because everything died, so that's pretty nice. It is something that we haven't had in quite a while. For China, we are, like I said, working on distribution control and knowledge, getting that back up. Lowered their inequality by a little bit. We're currently getting a fresh value of 3.3, which is not the greatest, but it's oh well. Making sure all these armies are where they're supposed to be. They are. For our counselors, we have Bulo investigating the aliens. Shi Yun is going to eliminate, I believe, a servant, no, a protectorate counselor, because he's got wealthy, government-aware crew. He's pretty important. He's got a lot of points as well, and augment points, sorry. Kaylee and Sierra are, once again, just advising. Geelong is increasing public support here in America because we've got down a 3 for our rest value of cohesion, which is not good. We do also need to get the economy going. Had a pretty big hit because of some ecological disasters last episode, and we're also getting our unrest under control. I'm not sure what, I believe it's your government value, because we have a full 10 for the government value, which means that we don't get any reduction from our militaries. And the lower your government value is, the more you get. So if we look totalitarian, they just don't have any armies is the problem here. They have -2.2 from their armies, they have 8 of them. Which is also an insane amount because that costs a lot of IP. Anyhow, and then Moron, we're going to go ahead and see if there's any policies that we can do. Can't do peace with the European Union and Germany. We'll see if there's any regions that we have claim to. None of them. So there's nothing we can do there. Does the United States of North America have any? We could demand our claims, which I don't really care about. So it looks like no. So we're going to have Moron come here and assault alien assets, making sure that it is not a structure he's doing, but a set of life forms, and then we'll get right into it. We're also hoping that we're going to get the Zeta Deuterium drive this episode, because that's what we've been doing everything for. We need to replace these Helicon drives. They're simply too slow. Kill the Hive will be nice. Neural Engineering and Targeting Computer 3 will be nice as well. Neural Engineering will be the next set of cybernetic augments. I believe they're the Tier 2 versions, which will just give +1. Boom, Neural Engineering is finished. We're going to go for... we'll do Precision Focusing Software. Another 10% bonus to our lasers. And then Molecular Assemblers will be finished soon, Mission to Saturn will be finished soon, and then Interplanetary Polities and a little bit longer. Would like to get rid of some of these 1-star. This would be Project Target, which I don't need. I've got 3 other counselors that have it. Don't really need the extra security. And we're doing just fine with that. And then we're also going to get rid of you. Stabilized Nation is given through that. If we can get Stabilized Nation elsewhere, that would be fantastic. Can just sell you. That's fantastic as well. 3 and 33. Go ahead and grab you, and then investigation, detain counselor, investigate alien activity, and investigate counselor. I already have all of those. Material research 1, engineering project. You're cheaper, so we'll go with you just to get another one of those going. Currently has 4 of them on her already. Kaylee does want that to security, so we're going to go ahead and keep that. Getting 5%, 11% extraction bonus, which is pretty good. We'll keep those. Sierra definitely wants that protection, and then she's getting pamphlet campaign from this, which she's not really using. So if we could swap, that'd be nice, but there's only 1 star. Not a huge help. This would be about all we can do. We got rid of a couple bad organizations, so I'm happy with that. Wormholes objective, wormholes, new home. They haven't done anything at all, which is wild, because they have so much resources. They just don't have any MC. What nations do the Academy own? Well, that's why you don't have any big nations. Okay, well. Shi-Yun, I want you to lower unrest here. Why not? And then Moron, investigate the alien activity. We finished Kill the Hive. We have completed the Kill the Hive project. With the invaders' weaknesses now exposed, we have a theoretical means of annihilating them, but we cannot very well individually dispense our lethal cure to an unknown and perhaps effectively infinite number of Hydra in their distant lair. Thus, the second stage of this project has been focused not on the bioweapon itself, but on the delivery mechanism, one that can affect a maximum number of targets with minimum of effort. This too has required a biological rather than merely physical solution. Once again, has been involved discovering a way to turn the aliens' most potent weapon against them. We've already had our assassin's bullet, but now we have the rifle from which to fire it. We can begin. Fulfill the objective, prepare to kill the Hive. Our work has spun off a new organization, the Omega Solution, which is in our faction pool and may be assigned to a counselor.
The pieces are in place, Colonel.
We have completed the prepare to kill the Hive objective. Most of our research on the Hydra ferricides has found a step focused on stopping or on sabotaging them. A couple of teams, have been looking more thoroughly into how they work. Standard Hydra ferricide communications are incredibly complex, with a lot of information we can't decode. However, there are certain building block ferricides that function as basic imperatives, similar to human fight, flight, submit reactions. Tests on captive Hydra have confirmed that in sufficient quantity, these ferricides have an overwhelming effect on behavior. We've only been able to identify and reproduce 4 of these ferricides so far, but one of them is what our boys have taken to call the huddle ferricides. It causes Hydra to congregate and share ferricides as widely as possible. With a sufficiently strong dose, the Hydra they share it with will produce the same ferricide in turn, causing them to seek out other Hydras, who will seek out other Hydras, and so on. Put it together with our anti-immune virus, we've got the 2 halves to our whole. A weapon that'll kill every Hydra it comes in contact with, and a distribution system that guarantees it'll spread as widely as possible. Once the virus was ready, we tested it on our captive. The huddle command obviously didn't do much, though the Hydra itself did a fair bit of damage trying to follow the directive. Once the initial ferricide dose wore off, it calmed down and seemed unaware of the infection. Dr. S estimated an initial incubation period of 46 hours, and he was right on the money, as usual. I'll admit, though, even I wasn't expecting how fast it progressed afterwards. Must be some sort of tipping point once enough of the leukocytes get compromised. 6 hours of increasingly erratic behavior followed by frenzy. I'm not sure whether the Hydra actually went insane or whether the infection was just causing enough pain to make it seem that way. The noise and the violence were bad enough that the guards wished to finish it off. I overruled them on Dr. S.'s request. Said he needed the data. Took 3.5 hours for it to die, and he stayed in the observation booth the entire time. From the way he acted, you'd think he was watching a football game. After all that, building the delivery system was simple. Basic particulate bomb. The whole thing comes in at under 30 kilos, easily under the mass limit. Now, you just have to get it there. Well, this is it. The delivery package for what our designers have named the Shiva virus is ready. Our forces will engage the aliens at their base and provide cover while our counselor reaches the wormhole, arms the bomb, and sends it through. We're expecting heavy casualties, but all that matters is delivering that weapon. Send it through at any cost. Have our counselor assign the Omega Solution or target the alien wormhole module at the primary Kuiper Belt base to trigger the weapon mission. To launch the counselor mission to win the game, we must first fulfill the following to ensure our victory. The aliens must control no more than 0% of Earth's regions. They currently control 2, that's South Africa. Aliens and pro-alien factions must control no more than 20% of Earth's regions. A faction controls a region when it has executive control point in the region's nation and more than half of the total control points in that nation. The servants and the protectorate control 147 regions, or 40%. Destroy all the halves Tier 3 or greater belonging to the aliens and their human supporters in the Mercury system. Done. Destroy all halves of Tier 3 and greater of the aliens and their human supporters in the Venus system. Done. Destroy all halves Tier 3 and greater belonging to the aliens and their human supporters on the Earth system. There's 2 of them, low Earth orbit and in Luna. Destroy all halves Tier 3 and greater in the Mars system. There is 1. Destroy all halves Tier 3 and greater in the Ceres, 4 Vesta, and 2 Pallas areas. Done. Destroy all halves in the Jupiter system. The aliens have 1 in low Io orbit and 1 on Io itself. Destroy all halves Tier 3 and greater in the Saturn system. They have 2. All halves Tier 3 or greater in the Uranus system. They have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count. Fantastic. Destroy all halves in the Neptune system. 2 of them. Destroy all halves Tier 3 or greater in the, we'll say the Kuiper Belt. There are 4, and then obviously destroy all fleets 4,000 or greater belonging to the aliens. Victor 749 is the only one that sort of satisfies that, and they have a combat rating of 4,845. The Resistance and the Humanity First are no longer sharing their intelligence data, which is unfortunate, but we are so close to our endgame that they have broken off ties. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to do media literacy training, knowledge of government. Knock that down. And then if we go, Zeta Deuterium Drive, that's the one we want. So we're going to open our research. We're going to remove this. And then Zeta Deuterium. Select project, go back up to 3. For our mission here, the Omega Solution, we just need to find someone that has 3 available slots. And we'll probably make it Moron. Because despite what his name might suggest, he's not actually a moron. He just acts like it. 2 and 3, 1, 1 and 2. So we take off these 2. 64 and 1. Yeah, we'll remove you, throw on the Omega Solution. Actually, we don't need to do that right now. So that was pretty stupid. Oh well. Mission just started too as well. That's unfortunate. Oh well. We didn't need that, buddy. So, as it suggested, you can only complete the Humanity First mission by taking a counselor all the way out to the Kuiper Belt base where the wormhole is situated with that organization and doing the mission. Pay 3,000. Oh, it's Fitzroy Station. That's not good at all. 1 spaceworks and 1 material science. Well, could be worse. Spaceworks we finished 24th of June. Material research we've done 26th of January. Could be worse indeed. And you can only put on organizations when they're on Earth, so we'll just have to remember to do that before we leave. But since I am nowhere near completing that because I'm nowhere near finishing the requisites, then I don't need to put it on right now. The United States has 2 more mission control to go before it's finished. And we're putting in 12.5 points into it, so it'll be finished every 2 months. So in 4 months, we will have all the mission control the United States and North America can get. Washington has gotten their space defenses. You can look at it right here. It protects them from orbital bombardment and nuclear strikes. And then we're now building space defenses in Mexico City. It chooses based off the importance of a region. More valuable and populous regions will be detected first, and that also means that's going to be how much it costs as well. Molecular assemblers has been finished. That will unlock diamondoids and ultracapacitors. We're mostly doing it for the rapid preparing materials, and I believe molecular benefiction is also pretty good. But manufacturing complex isn't bad either. That's the tier 3 of the manufactory complex. Or sorry, nanofactory factory? I can't remember what it's called. Anyhow, not really important. We're going to go for diamondoids, get the adamantine armor. Parasite scanners, definitely want that. We lost our control point in Tajikistan. Very unfortunate, I'm sure. Battle stations have been finished on Fitzroy Station, along with all of the fission reactors to power them. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-do. We just need to wait 2 more months before we get the spaceworks up. Moron, you're going to go ahead and grab a... Can you get another administration? You cannot get another administration. I probably wasted that as well for you. Furtive? Yep, furtive. Command. You don't... Do you have anything else? Blocking 25, 25, 25, 25. No, this one's 22. I assume also because of furtive. Persuasion. And then -2 for paranoid as well. Security is 25. Science is 25. Admin 24. Command 25. Okay. So that means you can go ahead and grab everything except for management AI. It's just not helpful for him, and there's no point taking off one of these 3 because they give bonuses, or money, not money, but engineering, research, and science. This one gives money, a lot of it. This one gives money, but not a huge amount. But not really important. Actually, we haven't wasted any because this is makes 24 exactly, and it cannot exceed 24. So countermeasures, espionage. We're gonna go ahead and grab a survivor. No, we want like an investigation or something. So you can see they cost 1,000 now, so they keep going up. Investigation, defense, neuro uplink, battle computer, 25, 25. We'll probably not get. We'll grab security on you because it's cheap. And then we're going to go ahead and grab espionage because you still could need it. That'll be about everything there. Moron, we want you to go and assault aliens in Zambia.
Taking it to them.
Using those new cybernetic implants for you. We're getting 40 money per month. Targeting computer has been researched, which is fantastic. Zeta uses the C-pinch fusion, which I don't have the ability to research. So we're going to go for media literacy training.
All breach
Offering assistance.
It uses Z-pinch fusion. So once we get available to do the next versions of that, then we're going to go ahead and do that.
Surveillance complete.
Things are cooling off.
Our mines will get 15% more noble metals.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Earthquake in Guatemala City. Use that to our benefit, but also helping out the people, the populace.
The LT is secure.
Our cohesion's going back up to a 4.4. And our inequality is still dropping. Along with our GDP, unfortunately, as population change is going down. We're losing 70,000 per month. Last month's population has changed by negative 0.01%. Population growth is expected to be negative 0.14% annually. So I just need more GDP. High education cohesion and colder latitudes will lower the population growth. Okay, more on investigate human activity in Indonesia. Shi Yun, I want you to go ahead and grab a science. We'll confirm. What navy? I don't need navy really. Not building any of those.
Offering assistance.
Victor 740 is in low lunar orbit. They're bombarding Sharab High base. Looks like the Project Exodus won. Fantastic. Media to literary training has finished. Government and knowledge has got a 5% boost. We'll do ferrocite scanners. Putting in 118 per day. More fissiles. 749 is headed to low lunar orbit. They'll be there in 111 days.
We've moved the needle.
Two more ships per task force series. European Union and Latvia have unified. Lone Marine defeats alien infiltration. One Marine fights through hell. Attempts by the aliens to infiltrate Koyo Zom base on Mars were foiled after a lone Marine escaped the preliminary destruction of the barracks there, then went on a one-man rampage to the alien combat team. As one of the emergency responders commented, "They ripped him a new one, really tore him apart." The Marine, known for a fan of heavy metal, declined to comment. Could not for the life of me determine what that's based off of. Not at all. So we could either give him a quick PR tuber and then some well-deserved rest. It'll cost us 344 money, but we'll gain 137 influence. A single random module housing Marines on Koyo Zom base will be destroyed, and they will grant small public opinion for us. Or we can have them train our agents. It's going to cost we'll gain 137 of our ops. A single random module housing the Marines will be destroyed, but we'll gain a monthly ops income increase of 5. We're currently getting a monthly income of 170. But I don't really need public opinion either, so might as well do that. Koyo Zom, go ahead and rebuild your Marine Company Barracks. And get that man a new bunny.
We found something.
Lost both the control points in Tajikistan, which is whatever. Moron, go to Germany.
On the way to the target site.
No one else can grab anything. Shiyun. You can grab one more command. Countermeasures. Don't really need espionage. Works provide 5, it's all from the executioners. Investigation I could get rid of. Do you provide anything? You provide detain counselor, that is true. Neural interlink. Science would be nice. More security I don't really need. Actually, what we should do is go to Sierra and get not management AI, but defense systems. And then complete your assignments. Our spaceworks will be finished this month, which is good because Civil Zeta to Tyrian drive, which means we can upgrade our ships and then start building those without wasting any time. Zeta to Tyrian has in fact finished. We're going to go for project review. Drop that down. And then for our ships, we're not going to change a whole lot, so we're just going to upgrade the targeting computer, of course. Obsolete tier 3 targeting computer. Remove the drive. Throw in Zeta Deuterion, as well as the Z-Pitch Fusion Reactor 2. You can drop this down because 2 propellant tanks is all that's required for 32 KPS. So he has a thrust rating of 16 and an exhaust velocity of 10.7, which if you look at the Helicon drive has a thrust rating of 11 and an exhaust velocity of 8.3. Then we're also going to upgrade armor to 50. So we've got 6 milligis of acceleration now, which we are blistering fast now, I assure you. Blistering fast. But that's the cruise acceleration. Combat acceleration is 300 milligis, which is okay. Still not winning any races, but it's better than it was before, that's for sure. Don't really want the Muon Spiker, because that would mean we'd have to get rid of the laser engine or the molten salt heatsink. Even though these are very low, not really something that I want to do. So we'll save this here. Looking to get some better armor in a bit. For our nose weapons, best one is still this here. You want to change this off Guardian mode to attack mode. And save that design. Go to ship designs, obsolete the block 2, go to the exterminator class, do the same. Boom, boom, 6. We'll stay with 40 KPS. That seems pretty good. Also going to get rid of you to grab the tier 3 version. And then already have the battery. If we do the Muon Spiker, it goes up to 5.6 cruise acceleration and then 282. Turn rate is 0.76, which does not change. So I think we're going to leave it as I think we're going to do this. Take off one of the side armor, because 2 doesn't change a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Have the tier 3 ECM, the tier 3 target computer, which will increase our chance to overcome enemy ECM by 50%, which is fantastic. This now works against alien weapons, so we're doing a whole lot better. We'll save this as Exterminator Block 2, go to Ship Classes, not Fleet List, obsolete you, and then might as well upgrade the Chieftain while I'm here. Get rid of you, throw you on. Have 42 KPS. Remove you and put on the Heavy Siege Coiler Mark II. This is in fact an invalid refit, but that's okay. I don't really care. We're not going to be refitting a whole lot of these anyways. We can't really get rid of the Muon Spiker. So it's just going to be like that. Same design as the Block 2, and then obsolete the Chieftain. That's fantastic. The Stonewall, might as well. Drives, boom. Power plant, boom. All down. We'll put 1 onto you. Definitely want to have the tier 3 version. I think we are going to reduce that because it still has a huge amount. They're never going to get through 5,000 rounds or 600 here. Is there anything else I want to have? Not particularly. I'll be honest, not particularly. We will upgrade you to 50 as well. And then go ahead and save the Stonewall Block 2. Obsolete. So now, once our shipyards in low Earth orbit get finished, then we will be happy. Okay, Victor 770 is launched towards Ceres orbit. That's not good. The only thing out there is our stuff. And we have 23 ships. Papa 680 is headed towards Mauna Kea Station. I don't even know where the heck that is. Mikasa, Mukai, Maya, Mauna Kea. Oh, it's nothing. It's a platform core, a tier 2. Okay, well, that makes you happy. Actually, what do you have? I'm not going to be able to launch Exo Fighters after you. Accept, close. They're going to destroy it, I suppose. Oh, not sure why we're paused. They have destroyed our station. I don't believe I have anyone. Yeah. Tier Schmear. It's an orbital core of the same. Accept, close. Destroyed. Finish the spaceworks at Fitzroy. fantastic. Ship construction, not the stone wall, but the Centurion, low Earth. I'm gonna build 2 of those, plus a chieftain. There we go. Not sure why. Oh, because you're a battleship, not a battlecruiser, that's why. Okay. Victor 770 is in low Mars orbit. I'm not sure why we are over the hate gap now, but we are. Would do 10% more damage to lasers, or from lasers. Rapid repair. Subsurface radiation analysis. We take 5% less damage. Electron lance. We'll do solid core fission impact. Compact solid core fission reactor 1. That was a mouthful I could not get out for whatever reason. This fleet of Romeo 136 has arrived on low Mars orbit.
Recon complete.
Nearly finished with mission control. Be finished at the end of next month. We're gonna go for we'll do Space Navy Academies. More chance of officers. Nearly have our global research is done. Moron, we're gonna have you go and assault alien assets in
Going in hot.
Norway. Kaylee is gonna go ahead and grab a command. As well as countermeasures. I was gonna get the defense systems, but I'm not able to. We finished Diamondoids. We'll get the chance to unlock adamantine armor, ultra cool neutron containment, and hardened hab shelters. We've also finished mission to Saturn, so launch all those probes. We're going to do networked global defense, and then after mission to Saturn, we'll go for white collar automation. I do need deuterium helium-3 fusion for the Z-Pinch Reactor 3. That's for improved plasma, which I don't really care about. Fission pulse drives, Z-Pinch microfusion drive, shape charge nuclear missiles Orion drive, ultra capacitors, which would actually be pretty good for advanced coil gun batteries. So we're going to do ultra capacitors.
Offering counsel.
They're launching towards Fuji Station, which is also just an empty platform core.
I will help them.
Accept, close, keep going. Nuclear attack. Germany, under the control of Project Exodus, is launching a nuclear attack on its enemies in the Singapore region. While the attack is limited to enemy targets in the region, it will cause significant damage to the local economy and civilian populace. It does not count as... So yeah, nuclear testing is 1 there. Nuclear testing... Yeah. They have... This is what you get for wars, like I was saying. They have 10 event effects, which I'm assuming is from being at war. Same with the resistance. They have 4 from there. Nuclear testing is 1. We have assassinated 4 beloved counselors. The neutronium spiker, I do need to just see. Well, here we are, neutronium spiker, showing the tech tree. I see what you do. Neutronium spiker. 20% bonus starts to fission drives. Fuji Station was destroyed. Got a new spaceworks. So actually want to go here. Ship construction. Two exterminators. You can see here, Singapore absolutely destroyed. They lost 204,000 people. And lost all their mission control and all their boosts as well. Adamantine armor. Fantastic. Which is weird because they actually own Singapore. So I'm really not sure why they did that. East Germany was conquered. That's bombardments. Yeah, Germany launched a nuclear attack on Singapore. I don't know why. Did not count as an atrocity, apparently. No, it did. Mass civilian casualties. So it's only 2, which is, I believe, insanely low. I think nukes are way too overpowered. They do far too much damage with far too little fallout, and there's no way to stop them. Nemesis nuclear torpedoes, I don't think I want. Military is nearly at the robotics age, 4.9. How to take 25% less damage from orbital bombardment is nice.
Target destroyed.
Ship has been launched in low Mars orbit. Join. You're gonna be TF Mars. And this is a single Centurion class, single Exterminator class and 2 Centurion classes of the Block 2 variety. Finished Ferrocite scanners. Aliens have a -2 to enthrall against our control points and a -2 to enthrall public missions and nations that we have executive control. We're going to grab adamantine armor. Nearly finished with interplanetary polities. Now, we still at war? We are. So we'll have Moron come here.
Reporting in.
And actually, let's go to the European Union. And unfortunately, I can't see what their chances are for peace, which is unfortunate. So we'll just have to waste the turn. If They don't
On
want
my
peace.
way to the capital.
We should be fine.
What's the op?
Assassinate
Going
or disable life forms, destroy life forms. So no, we're gonna have you decrease
We'll
unrest in
make
China.
it safe.
Words are hard today, guys. I apologize.
Lending my expertise.
What are you doing?
Ready for your orders.
Public campaign, of course you are. I might take you out. Obsolete. I don't want the Kiwi drive. I wanted the missiles. Harlequin and Keelback, I don't believe are the ones I want. Repeat.
Surveillance complete.
Close. That wasn't even from that mission. That was just ones I had missed before. I wish it would. Here we go. Harlequin, Hypergolic, Penetrator, Warhead, not really what I want. Keelbacks. Hermes. Hermes might be what I'm looking for. 400 damage, 4.6 KPS, 6th magazine. Not sure. Vulcans might be it. Anyhow, I'm not going to go for them. I'm going to keep working on that project review.
Order is returning.
The people will come to our side.
Still in the information age. 4.988. You've got to be kidding me, man. You could sneeze at our military and it'd be there. The chance that an officer will spawn or promote from any triggering event increases by 100%, and we can also augment our counselors with the combat astronauts. Set as favorites. We're going to go for not advanced railgun batteries, but we'll do urban warfare, because we'll definitely need that in a bit, just increasing the power of our armies.
Policy direction complete.
Seek peace. Yeah, they do not want that for whatever reason. Germany's not even around anymore. Who are you still at war with? I don't understand. Relations, Belarus, Ukraine, Turkey, and Israel. Okay, well. We'll lose one cohesion for that, 0.5. They're not going to take it, so there's no point in doing this at all. So we'll just cancel it. He wasted a turn. It's whatever. Ironically, the servants are now figuring out why you want to clear out all of the alien megafauna, or alien life forms before they become megafauna, but it's whatever. Eswatini. I didn't realize those were still separated. Interesting. Aid administration annexed France. Yeah, not good, because now they have all of this. And a naval freedom of 52. Which means that we can't launch any of our navies now. But it does mean China is at only one war now, because there's no Germany, or European Union, I mean. So, small mercies, I suppose. We've almost overcome them anyways. We finished the mission control. We have all 144, so that's fantastic. I'll go back up all the way to boost. Gulo, we're gonna go ahead and have you grab a command, because why not? Sierra Combat Astronaut will give her a command, and will also allow her to assault enemy space asset, but it does cost a boost. Interesting. Countermeasures. No, I want battle computer. No, I do want countermeasures on her. She already has the P defense system. So countermeasures. And then neural uplink. We're not going to go for that just yet. Gilong, we're going to have you grab a science as well. No one else needs anything.
Where do you need
So
me?
Moron, investigate aliens in the alien administration. I'm sure you're going to have a tough time finding anyone there.
Operate support.
Close. Robotics age. Okay, we finally breached into the 5-point Miltech for robotics age. You can see things have slightly changed. No longer do we have M1A1 Abrams fighting in, I believe it's like the desert, so probably Iraq or the Middle East. It is based off American tanks. As with probably an Apache in the background. Let's see if I can't find someone who still has, you still have. Yeah, M1 Abrams, probably an Apache, maybe a Cobra. Anyhow, we now have the robotics age with, there's like 2 different sets of articulating tracks. Very interesting. Anyhow, you're not here for my technical breakdown, I'm sure. So we have this here, and then also the next one, which is, I believe, the invasion age will be different again. We now have naval freedom because we pushed our naval, I guess, combat power up just a little bit, which is kind of funny.
Violence is a theme.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
But now we have naval freedom, and they do not. And they're at war with a lot of people. So much so that like everyone is launching independent invasions. We have adamantine armor, which is fantastic. After that, we're going to go for rapid repairing materials. And then we're also going to go and upgrade our ships with adamantine armor. Because adamantine armor costs 21 tons for the nose and 550 tons for the lateral, and nanotube cost 42 tons for the nose and 1100 tons for the lateral. So this is just significantly cheaper. You can see we're now doing 6.8 milligis with 52 kps. I can even drop that down one more and do 6.8. It really doesn't change anything. So we're going to leave it as is. Because more KPS for basically nothing. Like this is doing 3 milligis of combat acceleration and 0 milligis of cruise acceleration. Only thing it does, it's 10 more water, which is nothing. So we have that. Save design for the Block 2A. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the Centurion Block 3. And then for the Chieftain, Block 2, we're going to see if we can't just do that. We can. That's so much easier to have to put the weight back in. And as you can see, our maxes have changed as well because it's lighter. And then again, save. Get rid of, and the Exterminator. Again, pulling 7.2 because the Muon Spiker, and 361 combat acceleration, which is fantastic. This will be the Exterminator Block 3A. So we'll get rid of the Exterminator Block 2. As you can see, 60 less metals and 100 less exotics, volatiles, and 0.2 less nobles. So we love that for sure. And then might as well upgrade the stone wall as well while we're at it. Save that design, and then get rid of the stonewall block too. Honestly, we can do this. And then exterminator. And exterminator. So 2 Centurions and a Chieftain will be done in 12 days. Exterminator will be done in 24 days. High series, high series. We're going to go for another Centurion pair. That's Mars and Ceres. And then another 4 here at Earth. And we currently have 48 MC worth of ships being built. But once we get that Chieftain class done, we will have 20% reduced MC usage in that fleet. Provide 210 money to help Vancouver. Victor 770 is in low series orbit bombarding St. Elias base, seeing as it's I think it's only a settlement core. It might even just be an outpost core. Yeah, it's an outpost core with an outpost mining complex. It will not be withstanding a whole lot. And we're down significantly. That's quite insane. Well, we'll find another outpost. Manage it with a fission pile and a mining complex. Outpost. And laugh all the way to the bank.
Prepping for next mission.
Victor 689 is in Tiangong orbit. Headed towards lunar orbit, which is an Exodus base. Wasted 100 KPS to get down here. Did the Exodus win again? They did. Exodus beat the aliens again. Fantastic work to them. Honestly, they're doing better at this than we are, which is saying a lot about my capabilities, which I'm not really sure I like. They have 13 ships. Human factions. Exodus has 33. Though a lot of them are out at random asteroid bases. 9 of them are at Venus. One's being repaired in high lunar orbit. 4 more being docked at high lunar orbit. The one is being taken to high lunar orbit as well. Protectorate have 26 ships, most scattered around Venus and random asteroids, but one of them, as we saw before, is here at Prithvi Narania Station. Servants have 95 ships, which is kind of insane, scattered across random asteroids. Initiative have 21, I have 13, Distance has 34, 16, or 20 of them out in Mars orbits, and of course the Academy has 0. And then for the aliens have 400 ships. 18,000 combat power worth. Not good. Not good at all. Moron, investigate aliens in Eswatini. The Athena is the one that I want, I believe. But Sierra, we're going to have you go ahead and grab a security and an battle computer. Victor 774 is launched towards Tiangong orbit. Be there in 100 days.
Offering counsel.
Low Earth orbit has finished its first 3 ships. Foxtrot 225, you're going to be renamed to Task Force Earth. And there's a refit button right from here? Oh man. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to wait for them all to finish. Because if you queue them up for refitting, they're not able to be used. I don't have the money for this. That's so unfortunate. And Before you ask, no, you can't just sell a bunch of things to be able to have enough. You do confirm. You can now? What? You used not to be able to do this. What the heck? Oh, we're doing that then. Another. Boom. Reduce debris in low Earth orbit by 6, which is fantastic. Interplanetary polities is finished. We can now do independent habitats. We're going to go for white collar automation. I mean, outer planets, hydrogen, long range chemical rockets just sound pretty nice. I think we're going to go for integrated Earth space economy.
We've got some intel on our target.
Victor 749 is in low lunar orbit. I would assume going after, yep, the Exodus. Though it seems like they got their butts handed to each other. No, their habitat was destroyed by the aliens. Aliens defeated Project Exodus. That is unfortunate. They were doing pretty dang good. Urban warfare doctrine has finished. We're gonna go for a nuclear-powered explosive warhead
Things are
for the Athenas.
We've moved the needle.
Romeo 140 has arrived in low Mars orbits. Exterminator class has joined Task Force Earth. I almost said Task Force Mars. Here we go. Independent habitats. Fantastic. Reduce our hab cost by 15%. Close. Open research. Independent hab complex. 50,000 research though. We finished October of this year, putting in 273 research per day. We finished on 27th of September now. We still need more ships before I want to make my move though. Apologize for being a bit of a wimp, however, that's just how it is. Administration, we can't get another administration. I'm pretty sure I wasted another one before. We're going to grab a command onto you. I'm curious as to what allows her to take Combat Astronaut. Haley can grab it. I think Sierra could? No, Sierra cannot. So it's just Haley that can grab it. And I have no idea why. She's a tech mogul. There's no idea. Maybe if you go not here, but to maybe research will have it. Tech tree, full search. Combat. Okay, that's not going to work. Space Navy Academies. Which unlocks that following implant. So maybe it's in the Codex. Codex. Attributes, augmentations. Not it. Nations. Orgs. Terrestrial solar system research. Habitats. Ship designing. Space weaponry. Fleet. Space combat. Computer science, she's physicist. Connected. Again. There's no. Oh, there is searching right here. Traits. Space combat, not what I want. So unfortunately it looks like I'm going to have to sift through all of these, which I think kind of... Here we go. Doesn't say anything either. So I have no idea what the requirements for combat astronaut is. It's not really important at the end of the day. Oh no,
I'm here.
because Moron still has something
At
that
your
he can do.
service.
You can go investigate
Investigating target.
him.
Offering assistance. Offering support.
We're out of metals again. Out of a lot of metals. We're gonna grab smart spacecraft defenses. Just slowly work on that.
I have new information.
I have new information.
Things are cooling off.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Rapid repairing materials is finished. So we're gonna go ahead and grab mountain warfare, guerrilla warfare, build navy, psyops. We'll do psyops in case we ever come to the place where we're going to conquer a nation. Might be good if when we go to war with the aliens, we can silence them. Public breakdown: popular and well-respected news presenter has unexpectedly praised the alien arrival while on air. The presenter spoke at great length about the presumed motivations of the aliens' arrival, claiming that it could only be a positive development for humanity, and that the audience should embrace the aliens wholeheartedly. Needless to say, this is causing a stir not only in their audience but also among the general public. We're entitled to let them talk. Be a massive public opinion increase for the aliens, and cohesion will change by negative 0.41. This is good for the servants. This is good if we are for the initiative. We can silence them. We'll decrease their democracy score by 0.5, which is kind of a lot, but oh well. Kathmandu is no longer considered hostile to Republic Chinese control. That's fantastic. I'm not sure how you can see which ones are still hostile. I figured they were red, but certainly didn't see that earlier. Okay, well, Kathmandu, no longer hostile. Fantastic. It is nowhere near finished with its mission control. But part of that is because I'm putting into frivolous things, like knowledge and welfare. We'll go ahead and talk with them.
Establishing contact.
Shi-yun, we're going to grab you a science. Task Force Earth has 4 ships in it, and it only cost me 10 mission control
Lending my expertise.
instead of the 12 I believe it's supposed to.
Offering counsel.
Reaching out.
Fight your petty wars.
We cannot do anything,
So long
which is
as you
kind
do
of
not
annoying.
interfere with the great exodus.
We're going to take as much of that as possible. No. Okay. 20,000 would do it. So let's see if it will take 15,000. It will not. 16, 17, 18, 19,000. They will, so 18,500. 300. 287. 18,286 water for their 8,000 metal. Which might not seem like it's fair, but we're going to use 2,000 of it immediately for our ships.
Person of interest surveilled.
Well, I did what I'm looking at right now. Centipen habitats. Okay.
Order is returning.
I thought that I had forgotten it for a moment.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Victor 773 is in low Mars orbit. Leadership at Culebra Base is reporting bad news. So we got a dry hole. If we weren't able to do anything else, all good things must come to an end. It's going to reduce the basic resource production by 50%. Or if we have a counselor science attribute greater than 5, then we can have a 50% chance to only reduce it by 25%. We failed it. So if we go to Culebra, they're putting out a significant chunk of our water and volatiles. So that's kind of annoying. Aliens defeated Project Exodus in Cunningham Station. No, it looks to be at some random asteroid.
Ready for orders.
Moron. We're gonna have you
We'll
come
restore
lower
peace to
public,
this nation.
public unrest. We're gonna launch a ring core in low Earth orbit. And we're gonna go to our, not you, your materials. You're what I want. Not you. Do Fitzroy Station. This is going to be Leo Tier 3 Shipyard. And the same for you, but you're going to be Leo 2 Tier 3 Ship Works. That's what these are called. Spaceworks. Whoops. Spaceworks. Save. Spaceworks. Fantastic, because our biggest problem is that we just can't get ships out fast enough.
I will help them.
So that should help.
Offering counsel.
PsyOps has been completed. We're going to go for another project review. Centurion Block 2A. 2 of them have been finished in series. Papa 85 is launched towards Leo Tier 3 Spaceworks. Task Force Earth cannot intercept. They're going to get there in 4.9 hours. And then they're going to get here in 1.3 hours, which is faster than the other ship. Add exo fighters. Launch all. Confirm. Accept. Boom. Fantastic. Okay. Accept. Task Force Earth. We're going to launch you at this station here. So all I have is a layer defense array and a point defense array. And 2 point defense arrays. Why? Interesting. Okay. Engage. Auto-resolve. Accept. Close. Select them. They're going to destroy that habitat.
We found nothing of note.
And then they're going to go to Kata Station and do the same thing. Engage, auto-resolve, accept, continue, select, destroy habitat, continue. And then Victor 6, Victor 450. So we're going to go back to Leo 2, Tier 3 Spaceworks. And they're going to resupply.
Things are stabilizing.
Things are cooling off.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Victor 771 is headed toward Tiangong orbit. They'll be there in 142 days. Victor 783 is launched towards Mars. They'll get there in 140 days. New spaceworks has been completed at Leo 2 Tier 3 spaceworks. Which means that I've got another one here. We're going to go for 2 Centurion classes. We finished in 81 days. We've got 2 Stone Walls finished in 113 days. An Exterminator done in 11 days. And then Exterminator done in 44 days. The aliens aren't really doing a whole lot of things that we could knock. I guess no, they do have a lot of magnetics. But they're moving towards particle weapons, and you can't stop particle weapons, just like you can't stop lasers or plasma. With the magnetics, we can definitely swat down. So we have the 2 Stone Walls, but I'm not going to go for any more of them. Moron, you're just going to keep on keeping on. Not really anything we want to do here. You can augment. You can get Combat Astronaut now. Oh, probably they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough XP. That's why. Moron's going to grab that, and then you're going to grab not another administration because you cannot take it. But you will take nothing. Shi Yun. Doesn't really need anything. Kaylee. We're going to have you grab a battle computer. Combat Astronaut. And Neuralink. Don't really need Neuralink. So we'll do not that. We don't really need it on you either. You'll grab a battle computer. No, you don't really need it. Sierra. You'll grab a command. I guess Guilong, you could grab the countermeasures. Confirm and move on.
Offering support.
got some intel on our target.
Violence is a theme.
Things are stabilizing.
The people will come to our side.
Not much going on at the moment. A lot of fighting going on in the European Union. We're going to go ahead and grab vital point targeting, salvage pay, automated mirror, fusion pile. Social media campaigns, civilian quantum computing, advanced climate modeling, reconnaissance array. Media center, instruments of soft power. We'll go for vital point shell targeting. Bulo, I'm going to want you to grab a science. And then I'll grab a Neuralink as well.
Standing by for orders.
Shiyun, I want you to go ahead and take out these alien assets. Structures. This one's the easiest. So do that one. 91% chance to succeed. Victor 774 is in time-bound orbit. They're headed towards the spaceworks. They'll get there in 5 hours. Task Force Earth. We'll go to the spaceworks as well. Leo Tier 3. They'll get there in 1 hour, but they're going to loiter for 10.4. Which I don't understand. I guess optimal whatevers, but still.
Offering assistance.
Add exo fighters, launch all of them. Auto resolve, I lose. Hopefully they'll last for long enough.
Lending my expertise.
They're just now launching, and they're just now blowing up the base, I'm sure. Ooh, they didn't. Fantastic, okay. Exo fighter? Okay. Engage. See what the auto resolve does. We win handily. Fantastic, okay. 1.6 exotics from this. We don't get any more hate because they did attack us. We got a flag officer and a medical officer promoted, which is fantastic. So we'll go to there, rebuild it all, and then select Task Force Earth. And they're going to return to Leo 2 Tier 3. And we're going to go ahead and look at the officers that we got. Humanity First, Task Force Earth. I did not look at who got them. The Kensai got the medical officer. We can do 0.5 more G's of combat acceleration, not that it really matters because we have a combat acceleration of walking. We can it reduces the chance of officer death in combat by 30%, I believe only for the ship, and it reduces radiation damage from particle weapons by 10%. The Guardian was the flag officer, Rear Admiral. Only one admiral per fleet will apply the bonuses. He reduces the mission control cost by 5%, and the officer does not cost influence or transfer to another ship. That's pretty good. 5% bonus. Our ships are giving us 50 mission control. Halves are only giving us 130 now. Humanity First has repaired and are back and ready to go. Victor 790 has launched for Tiangong orbits. We do, however, have a negative on volatiles now. So that's not good. We need to go here, look at what has good volatiles. Bakai. And we cannot. We're too far out. Oh, this is in Jupiter. That's Jupiter orbit, that's why. So we go back here to prospecting. What do I have on you? A settlement mining complex. I'm getting 172 per day. You're not giving me any. This is low Mars orbit. This is Ceres. It'd just be here for the metals, which honestly wouldn't be bad. Settlement mining complex. However, cost 80, and you only have 20. So if we do throw out this outpost mining complex, you bring in 84 metals. Bring in 72 metals. 105 metals. And then you bring in 120. You bring in 82 metals, or not metals, but exotics, volatiles, good lord. Upgrade those two, we could get some more volatiles out of them. Okay, now we're back to the start. Solar system, exotics. Aliens have this one on lockdown, unfortunately. Not aliens, but the servants, which is basically one and the same. All factions for volatiles. So, yeah. But those there should help a bit in getting some more exotics back under our control. Because we're getting monthly income from HAB is negative 0.4. We finished network global defense. It will increase the maximum mil-tech value by 0.5, which we're nowhere near. Anyways, maximum of 9 right now. It does unlock territorial defense battalions and network intrusion protocols, though. We're going to go ahead and grab mission to the outer planets.
Nothing unusual found.
Order is returning.
Not sure why he's having so much trouble right now,
We're winning their hearts and minds.
or why he has a 70% chance. Network intrusion protocols, +3 to steal project and +3 to sabotage project. Protector is going to steal mission to the outer planets. Centurion joining Task Force Mars. a exterminator joining Task Force Earth.
Simon.
And we destroyed an alien facility in Brazil, getting us a cache of 3 exotics, and we found evidence of 16 alien abductions. The administration annexed Saudi Arabia. Does that mean we no longer have freedom of the seas? No, we still have freedom of the seas, which is very good. Alien administration has a military value of 5, the max of 4. I'm curious if that means that these armies down here are the same. No, these are invader armies who still have the 9. It's unfortunate. They also don't have any nukes anymore, which is fantastic news. So we might go ahead and bring all of these over. Since they have they're blockaded. Okay. So I'm gonna call it there, folks. So thank you all so very much for watching. We are so very nearly at a point where we can start fighting back. I know it's 2040, severely behind, and it probably makes for kind of boring videos, but this is the turnaround point. We get some more ships. We currently have 6 ships at Task Force Earth, 4 of them at Mars, and 10 of them on Ceres. And once we get these large enough numbers that we can just steamroll the aliens, then we can do so much. We're going to go ahead and destroy another alien structure, this time in Vladivostok.
Heading to the
And then Moron is going to go ahead and see if we can't meet with not them. So he's going to go ahead and just destroy some alien life forms in Xenon. And then Bulo, I want to see why you have such a bad... He has more espionage now. I'm assuming... Well, he's got a bunch of Saline Destruct, so that's not espionage. But yeah, he picked up some defense. So we'll upgrade that 86% chance. But yeah, like I said, very nearly at a point where we can stop cowering and actually take out the offensive. Moving up a little bit towards that might be a little bit early, but the aliens already don't like us, so we'll take out a couple facilities, get some more exotics, and be happy. Academy still dropping the ball. They haven't done anything. And I do need to find I know I do have holy crap, words. I do have a servant counselor. So they have, oh wow, they're very close to winning. I guess they don't have fake control regions, but they're very close. Because they have 90% of the combat power in the entire solar system. And just because the aliens have 400 ships. But 402 ships, so we're slowing down their advancements, but they're still advancing nonetheless. We're going to start picking off some of these ships, hopefully. If we look at what's floating around Earth, there's not any. There is 450 has 3 ships, Victor 6 has 13 ships. Really another station out here. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But like I said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.